Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War tournament match cast. This is going to be TWCL group stage, group D match between myself, again I'm part of Agony, and Dzambal. And in this first game I'm playing as the Burgundians and he is the Langobards. Again, in group stage it's just 2 games, not best of 3, so it can be 2-0 or 1-1 essentially. Or you can go 0-2 if you lose, of course. But let's go over the compositions and get straight into the game. So, my Burgundian build, we have the Royal Burgundian General with Brace, as usual by now. Then I have 6 Burgundian Axemen in the back, 6 Royal Lancers, 5 of these Germanic Archers, and a single Germanic Bow. Now for my opponent Dzambal, who's playing again as the Langobards, he has a Godon's Warlord General with Brace. In terms of cavalry, well, we see 3 of these Noble Germanic Horsemen on the left, 3 Noble Germanic Horsemen on the right. Skirmishing contingent, well, he has a Germanic Hurler on each flank and 3 Germanic Bows in the center. Then again on each flank we see, looks like 3 Godon's men supported by Horsehewer. Looks like the same thing on the other flank, except supported by the general, so this is a little bit of a stronger flank for him because his general is there, and the Godon's Warlord is quite amazing in terms of melee for a general. As you can see here, lots of decent armor, lots of health, and okay melee stats, but and also very high melee defense, which you should definitely notice. So a pretty cool unit in melee, the Godon's Warlord. Now, as you can see here, he deployed slightly more men than me, but I do have a distinct skirmish advantage. Not only in terms of... Well, we have the same number of skirmish units. No, actually we don't. I have 6, he has 5. But 5 of mine are Germanic Archers, so they're much higher quality than his Germanic Bows and Germanic Hurlers. But as you can see, I want to use my Germanic Archers to... their full potential, and I'm keeping the Germanic Bows in loose formation up front because I don't want them to actually take damage from him. So here, as you can see, I'm going to start targeting him with precision shot as well, focusing some units than others. I mean, these Germanic Bows are going to have no chance against my Germanic Archers. However, this means that I'm going to be wasting a lot of ammo onto these bow units, so perhaps not the best. But he's moving up really close, so I think he... Basically, I think that what he wants to do is he wants to target my cav with his Germanic Bows. So right now I'm trying to go behind with my Axemen and my Royal Lancers. So I mean, basically these bows, as they're moving up so close, they're just going to die extremely quickly because of how close they are to my units. And as you can see, I switched to standard shot to do damage quicker. But I'm going to prepare my Royal Lancers and Burgundian Axemen on my right. I noticed that he actually might want to go into melee here, which is very annoying for me. I actually do not like this, because this is gonna be a very good engagement for him if he manages to get it off right. But I'm gonna send in my Royal Lancers, so the Germanic Hurlers here are going to die. Now I'm going to disengage with the Royal Lancers. He's gonna get a zone charge off though, which is going to be a little bit sad for me. But as you can see, his bows are getting destroyed. My Royal Lancers got caught here, but here's the problem for him. He is already extremely fatigued. He's down to winded, his units that is, and mine are still fresh, but I'm not sending in support. That's the problem for me. I get not the best charge here, but now I'm gonna go for another charge, as you can see, into his Noble Germanic Horsemen here. I don't know why I'm not sending Burgundian Axemen in here, but as you can see, I'm moving up over here. Still not sending in my Burgundian Axemen here. Finally I'm doing that, but at this point this Royal Lancer has taken so much damage. But here I'm going to engage the Noble Germanic Horsemen. Actually, I didn't really get the best charge off here, as you can see, and my Royal Lancer is going down very quickly. But I'm gonna send in the Axemen first before he gets infantry support. He got infantry support in here first, but my Burgundian Axemen will do alright until the Godon's men engage here. I still have some Royal Lancers on the field, which are going to be very important. I'm going to target this Noble Germanic Horseman down with all my archers. And on my left flank, as you can see, I tried to pull out the Royal Lancer, but unfortunately I couldn't. Though over here my Royal Lancers are engaging, and the Germanic Archers doing a lot of work against this Noble Germanic Horseman, even going to destroy it with the Royal Lancer though. Here, disengagement is going pretty badly for me, though, as he's got the Godhandsman and Horseyors in the fight. I'm activating Brace, so my left flank is going to hold much better. I'm even going to send my General around. And as you can see here, my Burgundian Axemen here doing an excellent job against these Godhandsmen. Well, at least a decent job, but my right flank completely gone now. I'm going to send in my General, though, and fortunately for me, this archer is going to stop these units a little bit, but unfortunately not enough. I still have my Axemen over here, though. He's got Noble Germanic Horsemen that are just piercing through my flank there. And on my right here, I'm going to get a really decent charge off with my Royal Lancers into these skirmishers, going to knock them off the field. Sadly, this Axeman routes. That is not good for me at all. But this Axeman came back. My left flank is not looking good at all, as you can see here. So I guess I didn't really get the best charges off. Must have been some movement orders on my Royal Lancers, which is why it's so bad for me. Because if you think about it, the Godhandsmen are actually not terrible units at all. They can do fairly well against Burgundian Axemen if you think about it, but yeah. It's just Burgundian Axemen are really cost effective. So as you can see here, I'm trying to kite with my Royal Lancers, but at this point it's just looking horrible for me right now. Trying to get my Royal Burgundian General to destroy these Godhandsmen, but he gets a nice cav charge into my axis here. I'm trying to get rid of this Noble Germanic Horseman, but it's looking so horrible for me here. I turn around the Royal Lancer, try and get into the Noble Germanic Horseman, but at this point, okay, I guess I'm gonna finally win my right flank, but my left flank, I just lost it completely. So this is very, very, very horrible for me right now. I'm still trying to target down his Noble Germanic Horseman here, taking a lot of damage from my archers, but at this point it's just pretty horrible for me. I'm not sure what is going on here. Might be corrupted, but I do think that I lost this game. Actually, I'm fairly sure that this is corrupted. But oh well, as you can see, my Germanic archers running away from Godhandsmen. I'm gonna get my General here. It's gonna be a sweet charge of my General. Is going to kill a lot of men on the charge. Wow, it just destroyed this Godhandsman. Now with Burgundian Axeman support, this is gonna be dead. But the thing is, though, that at this point it doesn't matter because I just have my Gen left against all these Langobard units. So yeah, this did not go very well for me, as you can see here. Godhandsmen coming in, and it is a loss. So let's look at the statistics now. So my Germanic archers, have they paid for themselves? They have not. My Burgundian Axemen, have they paid for themselves? Probably not. My Royal Lancers, have they paid for themselves? Probably not. My General? Possibly. But most of the Royal Lancers did horribly. I guess I didn't really get charges off or something. Not quite sure what happened. As for the Langobard troops, well, Noble Germanic Horsemen doing really well, as did the Godhandsmen, actually. The Godhandsmen have to be feared, actually. They're not bad units at all in melee, especially when they go berserk. But anyway, that is game 1, so I shall see you in game number 2. And this is game 2 of the match. I'm playing as the Huns, and Dzambal is the Jutes. So, this is a fairly balanced matchup. Let's go over the compositions. So I have Step Chieftain Bronze 1 with Brace, then supporting it, 2 Step Cataphracts as usual, Bronze 1. On the left, 2 Noble Step Cataphracts, Bronze 1. On the right, 2 Noble Step Cataphracts. Up front, we see my 5-step bows supported by 6 war warriors. Then on each flank, we have this step-mounted bow unit. Now for Dzambal, who is playing as the Jutes, well, we have Nordic Warlord Bronze 1 with actually we have Warcry on it, as you can see here. Then we have, let's see, 3 Nordic Horse Lords on the right, 3 Nordic Horse Lords on the left. Then we have in the center these 3 Nordic bows, and looks like on each flank, well no, on the right flank 3 Huskarls, on the left 2 Huskarls. In terms of swords, we have some Herdmen, 2 Herdmen on the left over here, 2 kind of like on the right. And those would be the builds. Again, he has more men than me, but I have a bit more skirmish power than he does. Step bows are slightly better than the Nordic bows, and as you can see, I have a bit longer range than he does with his Nordic bows. So I'm gonna get my guys in here. And I also have a cav advantage because I have extra cav essentially, with the step-mounted bows, which I can use to charge into his Huskarls. So it definitely would be good for me if I can get that done. Also using Flaming Shot right now into his cavalry. This is being very annoying, targeting it down as well. He probably isn't liking this a lot. So I'm gonna send in my Noble Step Cataphracts, going to send in Urs. But here, as you can see, just lots of damage done to his Nordic Horse Lords already. One even falling here. So here I guess I'm trying to go for a Nordic Bow and then pull out, but ooh, this is a very risky maneuver by me actually. So as you can see, I'm just going to get in and then pull out immediately without taking any damage whatsoever. And as you can see, I actually charge into this Nordic Horse Lord as it's trying to get in, so double charge. As for the engagement here, it looks like I'm actually going to be able to get into his Huskarls with my cavalry. This is massive. I get into 2 of his Huskarls, and I get into this 3rd Huskarl as well. Here I'm actually going to charge into this Huskarl too, so it's going to be another charge into a Huskarl. So lots of damage to his Huskarls already with my cavalry. As you can see, this flank should go insanely well for me because his Huskarls are done. Got my wars in here, so the left flank is basically won already, as I can say. Step Cataphracts broken through the center. I've broken through... Well, actually on my right flank it's not going as well. In fact, he's got a lot of units left. I didn't get the best charges off into the Huskarls that I wanted, but I still have some Urs in the center here. Not quite sure what's going on. The Step Cataphract here, okay, looks like I'm going to pull back the Ur here, but he's going to potentially charge them. However, here I should be responding very nicely. Now I'm going to get my infantry support in. But as you can see, the left flank going insanely well, and this is going to be a double cav charge into this herdman. It's not going to like it, even though it's in shield wall. Attack from multiple angles. Here I'm going to disengage my cav, as this unit is gone off the field. Got my Urs in here. They've broken through that side very, very nicely. And on the right, I'm doing quite well too. My Urs engaged in combat. But the Noble Step Cataphract's not microing them properly. I still have an extra Step Cataphract in the center. I've broken through this Nordic Horse Lord with my Ur. Now I'm going to be able to get into this Herdman. Here though, this is... I'm going to kill off that Nordic Bow in melee. I've still got some extra bow units. I'm going to rear charge or flank charge this Herdman actually with my general. And then probably going to pull out of there. And I'm going to get another cav charge here into the Horse Lord. Well, that's pretty much a really good engagement for me. Here I'm going to try and get my Noble Step Cataphracts. Oh, I actually made a mistake here. As you can see, I dismounted my Noble Step Cataphracts. This is one of the reasons why this went really, really well, really badly for me, I guess, the right flank. But the left flank just was mopped up quite nicely. He's targeting my Stiff Chieftain, which is annoying. But here we're going to see a massive charge into his Herdman, into the rear of this unit. And now that unit should just die. More cav charges here into the Huskarls should drop them quickly, and I'm sending in Urs right behind too. I'm pulling away this Noble Step Cataphract because it is dismounted, so yeah, this is a really big mistake by me, the fact that I misclicked and dismounted that unit. Or I mispressed the hotkey. But here, as you can see, his general is off the field. All of these units are wavering right now, and so we should have a mass rout anytime now. Let's zoom in a little bit. As you can see, these units are just routing off the field right now, chased off by my Noble Step Cataphracts, and these guys on foot. New meta, guys. Noble Step Cataphracts on foot. OP. Yeah. Just kidding, of course. That was a pretty bad mistake on my part, but as you can see here, it's not going to end up mattering because I crushed through the left on my left because again, I just got free charges into at least 2 of his Huskarls, I believe, so that was pretty important there. He went in with the Huskarls first, so I got the cav charges off, and then I got my wars in, and that was the important moment. So as you can see here, this was pretty decisive in terms of kills. As you can see, Noble Step Cataphracts doing really well, War Warriors as well. Step Bow's doing okay for their for the price, but look at his Huskarls, 2 of them. 4 kills and 1 kill, so definitely not what they wanted to do here. I just neutralized them fairly easily, and Herdman did some damage and were quite annoying for me, but overall this game went pretty well for me, so it is 1-1. It's a tie. Hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.